Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Lisa.
Wow, that's some energy. You must have had your coffee.
No, not yet. This is all untapped potential. Whew.
Oh, wow. You're almost scary. That's like so much energy for this time of day.
Well, it's about attitudes, about, having the right set for the morning. It's about prepping yourself and saying, this is going to be an awesome day.
I like that. You go.
Thank you.
For the rest of us, we might need some coffee yet. Oh, man, it is great to be back. We've gotten to the midweek portion. I see you guys joining us. Good morning, Missy. Good morning, Jenny. Thank you for being here today. My name is Lisa Bosquez. I'm a coach for mindset success. And Joe is turning on his Facebook in the background here. Joe's business is Crayon Leadership. He is good at coloring people's futures bright.
Well, more than that, adding color and energy, because, leadership is just not this term that we do.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
And I love one of the points that we bring up in that we are all leaders. It doesn't matter if you have that as a title. There is some piece of influence that we each have in moving forward. Good morning, Lisa. Good to see you today. As we move forward, I think we feel a piece of resistance, kind of like my morning I need my coffee compared to Joe's energy, right?
That's right.
And it's kind of
We're going from good to great, attitude-wise.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, she's got a lot of great attitude, too.
I do.
Yes, you do.
I really do.
See, she's sparking up already.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Can you imagine? This is the day we have to work closest together, so it's going to be an amazing day. So today we're talking about this stretch between where we are, or perhaps even where we've been, and where we're going. And I think there's a big pull that we feel sometimes. And so today I've asked Joe to talk to us a little bit about that pull.
Wow. That's an awesome question. I love these questions that come out of the blue. No, we kind of talked through this, but the exact question, put that aside. The exact answer, though, is much more important, right? The answer here is we're doing things good. We're going through the day. We're doing all the things that we need to do. We need to go and take care of the family. We need to go perhaps to the job and do the things there that we're required to do. We might have a little fun. We might have something going on at the end of the day to celebrate. There are things that we do throughout the day, and we're good because we interact with people. We have a good attitude, and we're getting along the way and feeling good by the end of the day.
So what you're saying is that we're often doing things well, okay, yeah, but our history is not necessarily our destiny.
Right.
So we have more that we can look forward to.
Yeah. Now, think about this as dropping in, we've talked about dropping a little stone or a rock into the lake, right? And you see that little ripple, right? You're just making a ripple in the day. So that's good. You're making a change. You're making some little effort going on. It may be big effort, I don't know. But it's just happening, and then it goes out to the edge and disappears. Well, when we stretch ourselves, when we live beyond this rules-based area where we just are living, we don't really want to make a wave. We're just going through life and saying, okay, I got kids, I accomplished this. You're living in this land that we call good. The great part is where we break out and we start making that ripple into a wave. We start creating this massive change. If you throw multiple rocks into the lake, they bang into each other, and you create this energy of, wow, things are bouncing off each other. They're making things bigger. So if we translate that to our life, we're working with people, we're going towards our dream. And this week is about finding, releasing that little ripple and making it a wave in your life, and going towards the dream and then elevating it and saying, okay, these are the people I need to work with. These are the people that are important. These are going to take me up. We talk about inner circle, so there's a lot of things that play in that challenge us and move us to a higher point. And when we're doing that, then we're living this land of greatness, of this awesome, spectacular moment that we're going to see these celebrations to be even bigger, because we've touched people, we've helped them, and we are getting the reward in our own life about doing that.
I like that. So I'm feeling like this could be a good interview format.
Yeah, now we can slow down.
Yes, yes. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Peggy. Great to see you guys here. So we're talking about essentially the law of the rubber band this morning. How history is not our destiny. We all have a bigger and greater place that we can aspire to be, living into the calling that God has put into our heart. And so this interview format that I'm thinking, Joe.
Yeah. Yes, Lisa.
Do you have a story? A personal story, something in your personal life that you can share with us where you went from feeling good about where you were, but knowing that there was something more and achieving that?
Oh, absolutely. I think there's so many. It's just flooding of these points in your life. But the ones that stick out to you are the most significant. And being able to, I'll go back to the story in Guatemala. I've talked about it before, but it's the person in the room that you didn't think, okay, you're here to do this job of facilitating, of helping people understand what their role is, and you're walking them through. But it's the moment you hear when they come up afterwards and say, I've been praying, I've been thinking into this moment for 20 years. I've been reading this book. I've been reading this book for 20 years, and it's lifted me up so much. But there was something that I knew I needed to be here today. And I got it. I got what I needed because I found what I'm called to do. Found how I can make a difference. I've driven 8 hours through the mountains to be here on a Saturday morning. I was motivated because I wanted to be here, but now I know why I was called to be here, why I'm in this room, what I'm going to do with the people that I'm going to work with going forward.
You bring up a couple of interesting points. So I'm kind of thinking beyond the words that you actually spoke. And what I'm hearing is that for you in this personal journey and the way it relates to you is that, one, being able to step outside your everyday normal.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I don't go every day to Guatemala.
Exactly. So you went to a place that
I never went to.
You've never been to, okay? Yeah. So it doesn't have to be as big as Guatemala.
No,
it could be another city. It could just be another place in your town. But a place that you've not been.
Right.
You've stepped outside of your normal. And beyond that, you were in a place where you could be giving.
Yes.
Okay? So it was going to a place that you knew was a piece of your passion. Okay? You got to travel. You got to build into education. But it wasn't just educating yourself. It was building into the lives of other people as well.
Yes.
And I think that attitude of servitude is really important as we think about our destiny and where we're going in moving forward. Keeping that attitude of servitude is pretty high up on the list.
Yeah, it makes a difference in your approach, makes a difference in character, because you're no longer saying, well, I'll just let myself go on this. There was a plan, there was a dream that I had of going to serve, getting this darkness. I was in this dark moment, just kind of getting a sense that there's light beyond, that I could see some stars. And then living into this and saying, wow, this is awesome. This is what I was, this is the moment I was being called to, that I could find something of myself that was beyond.
So even in our darkest periods, even when we don't feel like giving of ourselves, that may be even the more important time for us to give, is when we don't necessarily feel like we have that energy. We're kind of maybe feeling down, but when we start to give in that moment in our lives, that's when we start leaving our history behind and pushing forward toward the dreams and the plans that God has put in our hearts.
Right.
I love it. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
This is great stuff.
The plan is important. We're talking about day 3 in the Finding Freedom program is about, now that you have identified where you're at, what you need to get to your dream, it's about building the steps and saying, okay, this is how I'm going to accomplish, even though you may be fuzzy about what specific steps you need, or you're going to find some more that you're going to need as you go along. It's about saying, okay, these are the steps, these are the milestones that I'm going to reach, these are the people that are going to be involved in it, and this is the due dates. The hardest part is putting those due dates and staying true to your character and saying, I will not let them slip because I want this dream. Yes, and that resolve, the intentionality, putting the dates out there, it's all a piece of moving forward. Now, I think that's all we have for today. And if you want more, if you're ready to start moving forward from where you are at, this class that Joe referenced, we've been putting it in the comment sections of our videos. I'll do that again for you today. I'll put it in the comment. It's free. It's just a 5-day course, so it's pretty short as far as that goes. But there's some great questions that are in the course that will really help you move forward in the plans that God has for you and your passions. And so click on the link, register for the class, get in there, and if we can, we are more than happy to answer any of your questions. We love to walk on the journey with you. If there's something else that we can do to help you out today, please feel free to send us private messages, send us comments, whatever you're thinking. So we appreciate that because we love to give back. And that's what we are here to do. And it leaves me with this thought of, if I just, at the minimum, if I just put 5 minutes, I can find 5 minutes in my day that I'm not, that I'm just wasting away doing something. Really? But if I invest that 5 minutes today and tomorrow, and for 5 days, okay, that's 25 minutes I just invested myself. What will that look like by the time I get to 25 minutes? What will that have stepped into? What would I look like if I spend this 25 minutes on myself?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I got this quote by Rabbi Nachman that I just love. It's just wonderful. It says, if you won't be better tomorrow than you were today, then what do you need tomorrow for?
I like that. That's a good one. What do you need tomorrow for? Live into the adventure that you dream. Be a blessing to other people. And as you go forward today, we pray blessings for you and wish you all a fantastic day.
Yes, we do.
So we will see you again bright and early tomorrow morning, 7:30 Central Time. 7:30 Eastern Time, 6:30 Central. I know a bunch of people from the Central Time Zone tune in. So if this has been encouraging to you guys, please feel free to share this out. Share it with a comment. Put comments in the boxes because that adds value too, because what you have to say is important just as much as what we have to say. So we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Thanks again for joining us, whether that was live or via the rebroadcast. We appreciate you being here, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye.